You guys, I know it's been forever, and I apologize for the way that I look. I have been pushing through a lot of growth in many areas: personal, family, relationship, business, and I wanted ministry, and I wanted to get on here and at least share some of my updates. So forgive the wet hair, forgive that I'm sitting on the couch. Those funny little demons, they try to get you down, and so I've been kind of dealing with some stomach issues, but we're pushing through, right? So I just want to read some of the notes that I wrote down and just share with my faith family the progress that God is pushing me through, because he highlighted the month of March to me. And sometimes I forget to sit down and reflect on the growth that I have gotten to, that I have made. And I wanted to do that. The Lord wanted me to do that, and I'm going to share it here. So I just said this. I said, "Thank you, Lord, for your patience with me. I realized that I sent off 2 invoices today in my business, but it has actually been 21 days since I received an invoice payment in my business. And for where I'm at and the level that I'm at, I thought that exponential growth in March that he kept telling me about was going to be financial, but it was not. And so I pray that this encourages someone, because the growth was incremental to, yes, the financials coming, because April is going to be a downpour and the rest of the year, honestly, is just going to be an abundance. And I know that now, but I think I got into this place of defeat where I didn't see the financial increase. But I'm going to tell you what I did do in the month of March. So I said it made me feel a little defeated. That while I had no payments in this time in 21 days, remember that Daniel waited 21 days to receive that beautiful encounter with his Lord, that Lord Most High. And so while all this was happening, the Lord was moving, and I was building behind the scenes. So number one thing that I did is I leveled up my team at Style Child, and I have been training a woman that I have been kind of mentoring. And she was somebody that worked with me through the SBDC, but God plucked her and raptured her out of that and told me to hire her. And so she is now going to be an account supervisor in my business, which means I get to, in the long run, I get to step back a little bit, right? And she can kind of take on a lot of those project manager moments and time and emailing and contacting clients that I was normally doing. So that's huge in and of itself. So I've been training her, and it's been a learning experience, to say the least, because it's a healing journey. She comes from a lot of corporate. She comes from working for an institution. She got very, very burnt out, and had to quit that previous role because she was working 9+ hour days plus 2 hours of commuting, sometimes 6 days a week. And this is a different pace for her, and it's also a different type of management for her, and a role that actually is a lot more responsibility. You would be surprised when you go into a small business, you wear a lot of different hats, and you're in a lot of different areas, and you work very, very quickly. When you work in an institution, yes, you have a lot of work on your plate, but you don't have to do it very quickly. So this is all new to her, and I'm also implementing, and the Lord highlighted this to me, I'm implementing a new system that I believe that corporations must abide and follow in this same suit, because everybody needs to have their own pursuits outside of their work. They need to have they need to have multiple money streams. And so she's also interested in growing in her real estate photography business. And so I said, I can't pay you full time right now, but let me offer you my 5-step web design process on the days that I'm not having you come into work. And I'll give you hours of my time to plan and prepare your side business and help you build a website so you can learn that website and learn that process in a way that's like very personal to you. Plus, it helps you build a side hustle business while you work for me. So not only am I helping her financially in the long run, and right now she's growing and she's learning in the business, but it also creates this loyalty with her and I. And it builds our relationship, and it also trains her at the same time. So that's a really cool concept. I honestly think that corporations should incorporate that, because people are realizing and waking up to the fact that careers just are not a thing anymore. Everybody's wise enough to get online and figure out how to do something to make money in a different way with their gifts and their talents. So if you're not helping your employees in every aspect of where they are, you're going to lose them. So yeah, I'm working on being a good boss, you guys, without getting any invoices paid. So without sending any out, I just hadn't had any to send out because God was focusing me on growing my business in these other areas for 21 days. Okay, so the next thing that I did is I'm adding luxury to my space. I have a studio office and it's a little crowded, I'm not going to lie. So we're expanding and building a conference room through to the suite that's next door to my office. So I will own 2 different suites in this building, and I'm going to make it very, very comfortable. I'm going to get high quality like platerware or dishware and a really nice table, comfortable chairs, make it aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to try to get like a flat screen television to project my websites on and to talk through proposals with clients, bigger clients, larger clients that have more than 3 people that need to come to a meeting. And I can fit them comfortably in the space. It's been something that I have been dreaming about now for over a year, actually adding on this space. And the Lord finally allowed me to sign the lease on that this month. So I'm so excited. And then the other thing that I'm doing is I'm expanding my reach. And what do I mean by that? I can come on here and easily like share with you guys about God, and I can share my personal journey, but I don't share this locally with anybody on my Facebook or my business or even my personal Instagram. So I've been very hidden in my ministry, my online ministry. Just my close friends and my kingdom spouse know about my ministry. So I actually met a videographer that I went to high school with, that I was in the Mac lab with, that has a history and a background in video, just as I have a history and a background in graphic design from the same place. And I'm going to hire him to start doing video blogs for me more professionally, so that I can promote myself on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram and tell my story. It's going to be very journalistic style. It's going to be very like a storytelling place. And I pray that you all can tune into that once I start publishing those videos. We haven't started filming yet, but he's very much on board. And I'm just excited. I'm feeling the way that God allowed this relationship to just happenstancely come. Okay, so the other week I was wearing Style Child, all my clothing that has my business name on it, like every day. And I noticed that the Lord was really pushing this on me. So I have it screen printed. I have it on some hats. And so I went in to grab a coffee, and he started reading it on my sweatshirt, and I handed him a business card and I said, "Oh yeah, this is my business." But he read it on my sweatshirt. And so when I handed him my business card, he went online, read my about page, saw that, we both, went to West Salem High School and that we studied in the Mac lab, the computer Mac lab, and he really gravitated towards that. And he added me on LinkedIn, and then he looked up my Instagram, and he was very proactive in reaching out for more work. And so I was like, okay, Lord, like there's a reason why there's a reason why he noticed the name on my sweatshirt. There's a reason why I gave him the business card. And now, he has 6 years experience working for CC Media, which is a journalist style, interview style, community broadcasting company. So I knew God was trying to tell me, Sarah, you need help showing who you are because people don't know. And it is true. I need to start really sharing locally with my local audience who I am. And so people can hear my voice and see the things that I've been through, because it's a lot. And that's really cool. So, and then the last thing that I have done is I've raised my rates, and I'm offering more services, which seems pretty basic, but it's been, I had to navigate a lot of different options with this. And as much as the Lord was trying to put on a mantle for me to wear walking into this new place in this new season of offering different services and raising my rates, it was very hard for me because I'm someone who delivers and in my business. And so my clients mean a lot to me, and I want to make sure that what I'm quoting them for is not gaslighting them. It's not bolstering them, because in marketing, people can charge, upwards of $10, $12, $15,000 for a website, and it has no quality content. It has no custom photography. It has very little to do with their target market, and the client isn't even involved in the process of building it out. And I just think that's highway robbery. The same thing with social media. It's give or take what you get. Can't really make any promises on a return on investment. So I'm dipping my toe into it, and newsletter marketing and maintenance, and just pray for me, because I know it's going to be good to bring in this, because it's clients that are pushing me to have these services. It's not something that I'm just like fishing for or looking for. I'm very humble in my business. I'm very humble in my proposals. But this is all the work of the hand of the Lord. So I'm grateful, and I have negotiated to keep my expenses low. Actually went back and negotiated the price of the conference room suite to be lower than it was offered to me at, and I succeeded. I've also made pledges. So I've invested in my account manager to help her grow her business and start her business and help her build her website for that. And I'm also giving a raise to my designer. And I've been able to express myself and stand my ground much more firmly in certain areas where I was giving a lot of value, in certain contracts that God wanted to end and analyze, because everything that was in contract with a corporation this month, the Lord highlighted that these evil things that are going on in corporate, because corporations steal from people, like they just do. I don't have any other nice way to put it. I can't sugarcoat it. All right. And the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And so he's bringing these corporations down, and he's lifting up the people that are low. And even though for 21 days, I wasn't able to send out any invoices because I was busy doing these other things, and work was kind of in a lull. Loyal clients were asking for proposals. I was training my new employee. I was signing this lease. I was, discussing the videography contract. I was feeling very defeated, but it's incremental. It's one step at a time that I'm going up this staircase. and the Lord is doing it. And I pray that this encourages you all, that there is a breakthrough in this month, and you might not see it financially, but it's because in other areas he's growing you and he's bringing people to you that are going to help you pull in your nets of fish without breaking the net, right? So go read. If you want to read a scripture about what I'm talking about, the increase that's coming, go read from John, the very end of John. Yes, the very end of John, chapter 21. Go read the story of when Christ appears to his disciples for the third time, and they're fishing. And Jesus said unto them, bring of the fish which ye have now caught. But before that happened, before they brought in their increase, verse 9, as soon as they were come to land, they saw a fire of coals there, and fish laid thereon, and bread. So what's so cool about this passage is that Jesus told them to fish on the right side, right? I'm doing these things the right way, even though 21 days of waiting for invoices to go out is defeat. It feels defeated to me, right? But it's because the increase that's coming in is going to be so massive. But the entire time, Jesus has fish for you already prepared. And so when you're feeling this lowness or this defeated place about your increase or about the plans that God has for you and the promises that he's made to you, take your communion and sit at his feet, because he already has the provision for you, prepared, laid out. I hope that this blesses you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Love you, bye.